Hello, it's Dr. Rhonda Johnson. Today is Friday, June 10th, 2022. Well, here in the United States, folks, did you know that more white people are dying from COVID in 2022 than any other group? Well, the New York Times ran an article online yesterday highlighting a change in the racial disparity of COVID deaths in the United States. I'll just cut to the chase. Since 2022, the COVID death rate for white Americans has been 14% higher than the rate for black Americans and 72% higher than the Latino rate, according to the latest data from the CDC. Now, this is newsworthy because in year one and year two of this pandemic, COVID-19 took a disproportionate toll on black and Hispanics. In November 2020, the risk of dying from COVID was 6.9 times higher if you were Hispanic and 5.5 times higher if you were black in the United States. Now, the New York Times article acknowledges the change in COVID-19 outcomes due to rapid increases in vaccination among blacks and Hispanics since last year and ongoing political polarization. So I want to tease out something around political polarization. Now, National Public Radio NPR has reported in an online article dated May 13th of this year that they analyzed COVID deaths by how people voted in the November 2020 presidential election. In their analysis, they found that people who lived in counties that voted for then-President Trump in the 2020 election were 3 times more likely to die from COVID-19 than people who lived in counties that voted for Biden. According to their analysis, West Virginia, Wyoming, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Oklahoma had the most vaccine-preventable deaths per capita, and Washington, D.C., Massachusetts, Puerto Rico, Vermont, and Hawaii had the fewest. Now, the role of misinformation about the COVID vaccines contributes to this political polarization, and also and lower vaccination rates. And some Republican majority states have been less inclined to use other pandemic tools of prevention, such as wearing masks and social distancing. But there's one more factor that's got to be contributing to this, and that's the Omicron family of viruses, folks. This family of viruses has leveled the playing field for COVID infections. It's very hard to escape from infections from this extremely contagious family of viruses. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, whether you're black or white, whether you vote Democrat or Republican, whether you live in a red state or a blue state, whether or not you're male or female, and whether or not you're young or old. And the more infections you get, the more likely you are to have complications, and the more likely you are to have deaths if you have complications. So we have to remember this. We have to remember that COVID is not going away. I know the vaccines don't prevent you from getting infected. I had it and I was vaccinated, but you have a better chance of staying out of the morgue, period. And that's no matter where you live and how you vote. And for me personally, I'd rather be 6 feet apart than 6 feet under any day. That's my message today. Stay safe and take care.